So the next tool we're going to go over is called the jointer, and the jointer is also called a joiner / planer. And what it does is it smooths wood out. So it planes the edge of this wood, and then you could plane another piece so you can join them together to glue them up for like a tabletop or something. But if I wanted to plane this flat area, I can turn it sideways and plane it. So that's why it's called a joiner, sometimes called a joiner / planer, in order to join wood or to plane it. And what planing means is to flatten it or smooth it. So here's a handheld one, and it's not plugged in. And what it is or has are razor blades. So right there is a razor blade. I can rotate this around, and there's a second one. So this drum spins really fast, and it just takes off shavings as if you were shaving your face, except it's taking off wood. So this one you'd push across the wood. This is a slightly larger version of that. If you look in here, this one has 3 6-inch razor blades, where that had 2 3-inch razor blades. So this will spin really fast, taking off a little bit of the wood, smoothing it. You can only feed this direction. The guard moves. If you try to go this way, it doesn't. You have to be careful. Your hands need to be on top of the piece of wood or turn this way. You can also use, it's like a push block, but it has a rubber backing and kind of holds it down. The idea is just make sure your hands never go down and touch the table, because it will just take off chunks. So I'll go ahead and plug this in and show you how to run the piece through here. Okay, so I'm just going to draw an arrow on here so you can see you feed through this way. And you want to be sure your hands are up so they don't touch that. So it's plugged in. I'll go ahead and turn it on. So I stop part way so that you can see that it's taking off about a 1/16 of an inch. This side of the table is a 1/16 of an inch higher than this side. That allows you to keep the wood perfectly straight as it goes through. I can turn it sideways, and so this would be if I was joining 2 pieces of wood together. Now I'll turn it sideways and I'll plane this. Normally you'd go all the way through, but I stopped so you could see that it's actually taken off about a 1/16 of an inch. The handheld planer does the exact same thing as this, except it's only 3 inches wide. The sawdust can be pushed out either side by flipping this back and forth. You have to be careful to keep your cord out of the way. I'll go ahead and plug this in, set it up, and I'll plane a little bit off of here. Important thing to remember on these, on this, is that as soon as you pull that trigger, those blades are spinning and there is no guard. So if you touch this against your leg or something, it will take a chunk out of your hand. Or if you let it fold down and hit the wire, you'll cut the wire in half. It does have this little black spring-loaded piece. That's when you sit it on the table. This keeps the blade from touching the table. But when you're pushing it into the wood, if you hit that, it'd be in the way, so it folds in. So I'll go ahead and just plane a little bit on here just so you can see. I'm going to wear ear protection. Make sure if you're ever using either one of the planers, the one on the stand, the joiner, or this one, that you don't hit wood. Not wood, metal. Don't hit metal. If you hit metal, it'll destroy the blades instantly. Always wait for it to stop spinning before you set it down. This, you can see, is only 3 inches wide. This board's 3.5, so it doesn't quite do as much. But this is great when you're trying to work on a wall and you just have a little spot you need to plane off, so you can take this to different spots where the other one you can't.